Here's what I see happening constantly. Someone sits down to write a caption. They're stuck, they don't know what to say, so they open ChatGPT and type something like, "Write me an Instagram caption about why self-love matters." ChatGPT spits out a caption. It's well written, it's grammatically correct, it sounds professional, so they copy and paste it, post it, and then nothing. No engagement, no DMs, no sales, and they think, well, I posted, I showed up, why isn't this working? Here's why. ChatGPT doesn't know your messaging. It doesn't know your ideal client, and it doesn't know what problems you solve or how you solve them differently than everyone else. All it knows is how to string together words that sound good. But sounding good and converting are two completely different things. Let me break this down. When you use AI to write your captions without giving it the right foundation, here's what you're missing. First, your unique messaging. Your messaging is how you talk about the problems you solve and the solutions you offer in a way that's different from everyone else in your space. It's not just I help women heal their relationship with themselves. It's I help high-achieving women break the cycle of perfectionism and people-pleasing so they can finally put themselves first without the guilt. See the difference? One is generic and one is specific. ChatGPT or any kind of AI, without your input, defaults to generic, and generic doesn't convert. Second, your ideal client's actual language. Your ideal client has a specific way of talking about their problems. They're not saying, I struggle with self-worth issues. They're saying, I'm exhausted from constantly putting everyone else's needs before mine and then feeling resentful about it. That's the language you need to use in your content. Because when someone reads it and thinks, that's exactly what I'm going through, they pay attention. But ChatGPT doesn't know that language unless you tell it. Thirdly, your personal story and experience. People don't buy from AI. They buy from humans. They want to know that you've been where they are, that you understand what they're going through, that you've figured out how to solve it. Your story is what builds that trust. But when you're outsourcing your captions to AI without weaving in your own experience, you lose that connection. And without connection, there's no conversion. There's the part that most people don't realize. When you post AI-generated content that's generic, you're not just failing to convert. You're actively training your audience to scroll past your content. Think about it, right? If someone sees 3 or 4 of your posts and they all sound the same as everyone else in the space, what happens? They stop paying attention. Your content becomes noise. And then even when you do post something good, something strategic, something that could convert, they've already tuned you out. So you're not just wasting the current post, you're damaging your ability to convert in the future. That's the real cost of using AI wrong. Now, here's the thing. AI can be incredibly powerful when you use it right. I use it all the time, but not as a replacement for my thinking, as a tool to amplify my thinking. Let me show you the difference. Wrong way. ChatGPT, write me a caption about boundaries. Right way. ChatGPT, I'm writing a caption for life coaches whose clients struggle with saying no without feeling guilty. My unique approach is that I teach them boundaries aren't about controlling others, they're about honoring yourself. Here's my outline. Insert outline. Can you help me tighten up the language and make it sound more punchy? See what happened there? In the second example, I'm giving AI my messaging, my ideal client's problem, my unique solution, and my structure. AI is just helping me refine the execution. I'm not outsourcing the strategy, I'm outsourcing the polish. That's the difference. So if AI alone isn't the answer, what is? Here's what actually creates content that actually converts, right? First, you need a clear messaging foundation. Before you write a single caption, you need to know who you're talking to, what problem you're solving, how you solve it differently, and why someone should care right now. This is your messaging foundation, and this doesn't come from AI. This comes from you doing the work to clarify your positioning. Second, you need to understand your client's journey. You need to know where your ideal client is right now and where they need to go. What are they aware of? What are they not aware of? What do they believe? What do they need to believe? When you understand this, you can create content that meets them where they are and moves them forward. Third, strategic content planning. Not every post needs to be a sales post, but every post should serve a purpose. Is this post building awareness? Is it building trust? Is it creating urgency? Is it handling an objection? When you know the purpose, you can craft content that actually moves people closer to buying. Here's the exact framework I use with my clients to create converting content. Step 1, define your core messages. What are the 5 to 10 things you need your ideal client to understand before they're ready to buy from you? Write these down. These become your content pillars. Step 2, map them to your client's journey. For each message, ask, where does my client need to be ready for this message? This helps you sequence your content strategically instead of just posting random thoughts. And step 3, add your story. For each core message, what's the story from your life or your clients that illustrates this point? That is what makes your content human and relatable. Step 4, create the caption structure. A hook to stop the scroll, story or insight to build connection, lesson to create value, and a call to action to tell them what to do next. Step 5, use AI to refine. Now and only now, you can use AI to help you tighten the language, make it more engaging, or adapt it for different platforms. But the strategy came first. When you create your content this way, here's what happens. Your content sounds like you. It resonates with your ideal client. It positions you as different from everyone else in your space, and that's what converts. Not perfectly polished captions that sound like everyone else, but strategic, human, story-driven content that makes people think, she gets me. I need to work with her. Here's what I really want you to understand. The reason people are outsourcing their captions to AI isn't because AI is better at writing, it's because they don't have clarity on their own messaging. They don't know what to say, they don't know how to position themselves, and they don't know how to talk about what they do in a way that's different. So they use AI as a band-aid, but the band-aid doesn't fix the wound. You need to do the foundational work of clarifying your messaging, understanding your ideal client, and mapping out your content strategy. And then AI becomes a helpful tool instead of a crutch. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, I've been using AI wrong, I need to fix my messaging foundation, but I don't even know where to start, I have something perfect for you. I'm running a free 30-day sprint starting March. We are going through everything, your messaging, your positioning, how to speak to higher caliber clients, how to create content more efficiently, all of it. This is exactly what you need if you've been struggling with getting your content to convert. If you want in on the 30-day sprint, there's a link in the description to join. It's completely free. It starts March 3rd, and we're going to fix your messaging and content strategy together. And if you want to go even deeper and work with me directly, you can also book a free call to talk about Cash and Command or my one-on-one mentorship. Link for that is in the description or in my bio too. But here's the reality. You can keep using AI as a band-aid and wondering why your content isn't working, or you can do the work to build a real foundation and use AI as the powerful tool it's meant to be. Join the 30-day sprint. Let's fix this together. Link is in the description.